And right now, get a professional deep cleaning for only $99. Just $99. Order now using promo code SPECIAL for carpet, wood, tile, and more.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer gets carpet cleaner.
We all have our little tricks. Mom swaps one of my snacks for Yoplait. I don't mind. I mean, it's orange creme. And when Mom said Bobby was too edgy...
What's up, girl?
I just swapped him out for Tyler.
What's up, girl?
Mom never questioned Bobby again. Two can play at this game.
Swap one snack a week for a Yoplait, and everybody wins. Yoplait, it is so good.
This is the Quicken Loans team. A team dedicated to providing clients with an amazing home loan experience. For 3 years in a row, J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. Because amazing client service isn't just something we aim for, it's what we live for. Quicken Loans, for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.
The day we rescued Riley was a truly amazing day. He was a matted mess in a small cage. So that was our first task, was getting him to wellness. Without Angie's List, I don't know if we could have found all the services we needed for our Riley.
From contractors and doctors to dog sitters and landscapers, you can find it all on Angie's List.
We found Riley at the shelter. We found everything he needed at Angie's List.
Join today at angieslist.com.
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow Mix Tender Centers. A crunchy outside, a meaty inside, and the tasty flavors of white meat chicken and salmon. Meow Mix. Cats ask for it by name.
Meow.
You know that family? The one whose eye for design is apparent in every detail? Whose refined taste is best characterized by the company they keep? Well, say hello to the newest member of the family, the Cadillac SRX, awarded Best Interior Design of any luxury brand. Take advantage of this exceptional offer on the 2013 Cadillac SRX, with premium care maintenance included.
All right, you're looking at the Great Seal of the state of California because a verdict is in the Michael Jackson wrongful death trial. We are expecting it to be broadcast live in less than 30 minutes, so you got to stick around right here on Evening Express. You'll see it. But again, the verdict is in. The Jackson family going to finally learn what a jury has to say about whether or not AEG Live, who planned the This Is It concert, is liable for Michael Jackson's death. Let's bring in HLN legal correspondent Joey Jackson. Been all over this case since the very beginning. Handled many different cases in his time, including civil cases. So, Joey, when you talk about 4 days, Alan Duke mentioned about 15 hours. They were deliberating. So many complex issues. And we talked about this a little while ago. Maybe it's so short that a decision might go in the way of AEG Live. How do you read the tea leaves on something like this?
Well, Ryan, you have read them best. And what you have said, and I agree with, is you never know. And that's the reality of it. Look, the point is that they could have easily, the jury, assessed liability very quickly, and that's why it's a quick verdict, and they were just taking the time to distribute the numbers. And so that's certainly a plausible explanation as to why it would be deemed quick. Did they say, listen, you know what, AEG did hire him. They did know Conrad Murray was unfit. He was a substantial cause of the death of Michael Jackson, and therefore let's go straight to the numbers in terms of economic and non-economic. And so it's very difficult to assess what a jury's doing. As Lynn and Ryan, we all know, and so it's hard at this point to make any predictions. What we only hope and what we, have every reason to believe is that the jury methodically went about its business, that they answered the questions, that they assessed the information, and that they do whatever they do in their verdict, render something that is just and fair for all parties concerned.
Could they still try to give money even if they don't think AEG Live is liable? Now, I know on paper they can't, Joey, but I'm talking about something called jury nullification. They look at this and they say, you know what, I don't think everything's there, but guys, let's all vote that they're liable because we got to give Catherine and the kids something.
It's a very good point, but I think the verdict sheet really accounts for that, the issue of jury nullification, because remember here, what happens is you could apportion blame and apportion responsibility. And even if the jury does that by saying, you know what, Michael Jackson, it was personal responsibility, you failed to act in accordance with what you reasonably should have acted, it's your fault, but it's 80% your fault, it's 20% AEG's fault, that's still a significant amount of money. And so certainly the jury, in assessing blame, could even find that Michael Jackson was substantially to blame for this, and he still could prevail in winning this lawsuit. And that's basically what the law is on comparative negligence. You compare the negligence of the parties.
And that is different from criminal cases that we so often cover. We're not talking about a guilty, not guilty verdict when we're on this, verdict watch. We're talking about 16 questions on this jury form, and it's that question number 5. That was the threshold, Joey. If they reached that question and said yes, there will be a payday. The question is just how big. Take us through those next 11 questions in determining that big payday, if there is one.
Sure. Well, you know what, Lynn? Let's first start where you rightly started, and that's the distinction between criminal, right, a criminal case, and a case involving civil and negligence, the first of which is the standard of proof. And so let's remind the viewers that it's not beyond a reasonable doubt that they have to determine this. It's by a preponderance of the evidence. So if they conclude that AEG was just a little bit more, right, little bit that they probably were negligent, that gets you a verdict. The second distinction, Lynn, of course, deals with the issue of non-unanimous jury. All you need is 9, and so that's significant. And then, of course, you deal with the issue of whether or not there's liability. Now, if you find liability, you get to the economic questions, and part of that is finding economic losses and non-economic losses. All relate to money, but the economic portion is something that you can calculate. What was Michael Jackson worth? What would he would have earned? What were his earnings? What could they have been with his future, and what would he have done? And, of course, that's something that could be assessed, and experts accounted for that. And then you get to the non-economic losses, which are, what did his family lose? His mom, in addition to his beautiful children, with regard to the loss of his support, the loss of his love, the loss of his affection. And that's something that they put down. And then finally, Lynn, what you get to...
Are you tired yet, Joey? Stick in there.
Right, what you get to is you get to the issue of the apportionment of blame. So you can now get to the next questions, 14, 15, and 16, which is really suggesting, you know what? If AEG were responsible, could Michael Jackson also have been responsible? And who are we going to apportion what to?
Did the jury even get there? That's the big question. That's what we'll find out.
If they get there, exactly.
Right. So did they, or in fact, did they maybe find that AEG wasn't liable at all? We'll find out. It's minutes away. Keep it right here on Evening Express. The verdict in the Michael Jackson AEG live trial coming up.
Introducing Empire Today's biggest sale ever. The 50-50-50 sale. 50% off carpet and flooring, 50% off installation, and 50% off padding and materials. That's right, half off your entire project, no matter